again. A lot of it is boring. And I mean, honestly, unless you're in the dance department here, how many are in music and dance in this classroom? Well, I know one or two. Have you read this at all? Well, unless you're in the dance and music department, I think you'll find about half of the book perhaps a little bit boring. But if you're in the dance and music department, you'll find some really good choreographed stuff in here. He's into choreography. That's his main interest, is choreographing dances with music. So, if you ever go to speak to those people over in the theater arts department, please tell them that your professor in this course recommended this book as a choreography textbook for incipient choreographers. I don't know how good he is, but he seems pretty good. In any event, half of it is like that, but the other half is really interesting, you know, for everyone. Not just people with artistic interest, you know, the events, his insight into the customs of the people, and so on. So the Messiah Fair is the end of this book. There was a Messiah, I think it's in the early 1890s. It's here after the chapter Across the Big Water, or Across the Big Water is about going to Europe, the Spirit Journey, the Messiah, page 177, I guess, of your book. It's about the ghost dance and the buffalo and the Black Hills people, I think, and this Messiah character who starts this going. I'm sure he's got a little Christian influence, which is why he's got this ideology. He actually came from California, and as he says there on page 179, is it or something? I'm not sure what page it is. His name is Jack Wilson. What page is that in your book? It's the fourth page in from 179, yeah. His name's Jack Wilson. And they also called him Wovoka. His Indian name was Wovoka. But he came from Lone Pine. One of those places up there, next to Lone Pine, someplace up there. And again, Indian's easier to say than to keep saying Native Americans, so I'll use it occasionally. The Indian leaders from different parts of the country who already suffered plenty of reverses in their encounters with the American expansion westward, which is, by the way, why we're all here. None of us would be here without those encounters. So whether you agree with them or not, you're the product of them, for good or for evil. And you wouldn't be here otherwise. So you have to take a share in the responsibility and the consciousness of it, at least. We all try to do that if we can. They all came to see this Jack Wilson, Wovoka, because he had this new doctrine that we could get rid of the usual evil person, the whites, if we could dance them out of here. And we just keep dancing, and we will dance up our dead, and we will dance the buffalo back into existence, and we'll dance away the white man. Well, I mean, that's a great doctrine, and I'm not against it. Aesthetically, it's extremely attractive, if you understand. But you all know that in the atomic age, it's not going to go anywhere in terms of being successful, except in a spiritual sense. It's going to work spiritually and revive flagging spirits, and I think it's a wonderful thing in many ways. But it's not going to achieve the goals in a technological, scientific, sociological way that it aims at. And you can say, well, the results didn't have to be as cruel as they were. Yeah, I know, they didn't have to be as cruel as they were. But you're dealing with a bunch of trigger-happy lunatics in the U.S. Army who have been through lots of battles and have lost lots of comrades, whoever, in whatever war, whether the Civil War, whether some other war, and just itching to pull triggers. and you don't have a central government in Washington with all the party strife in the 1880s. I don't know how many presidents were killed between 1860 and 1900.